Hello, everybody. Wolfgang here. Today is Tuesday, February the 18th. We hit a high of, I think, 20 degrees. uh, so, nothing special here today. Same old crap. Um, Taco Tuesday, but we're having pizza. Oh, I appreciate everybody that showed up on panel last night and everybody in the chat room. That was a unexpected pop-up live. I just was in the mood. That's it. And it's like, okay, you know what? I want to do a pop-up live. I know there was only like a half hour notice because I started the live around 10 last night, but that's all right. We had a good time. We had topics were all over the place. But I enjoy chatting with everybody. It's fun. I like it. So we heard about the plane crash in Toronto that left, I think it was Philadelphia, and it freaking flipped over. So I found an article about this, and I want to share it. It has to do with the technology of the airplane, actually. So it says, how clever designs helped save 80 people after their plane caught fire, lost a wing, and skidded down a runway upside down. That's just crazy. I guess I could do it the lazy way and just share the video, but I'm not doing that. When Delta Flight 4819 from Minneapolis to Toronto landed in a fiery crash that ripped off a wing and rolled the plane upside down, panicked onlookers feared the worst. But Michael McCormick saw decades of aircraft safety improvements in action. All 80 people on board survived Monday's crash at Toronto Pearson's International Airport. That was absolutely phenomenal that you could see an aircraft on its back like that and have people walking away from it, said McCormick, an associate professor of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. But my second thought was, well, that's the design, that's engineering, that's the years of civil aviation research that has enabled something like that to happen. I mean, there's a picture of the airplane upside down. That is just crazy. I told my wife, I said, man, I bet you those people that get off that plane are saying, I am never flying again. Fuel tanks are mainly stored in the wings. Fiery aviation disasters of the past have taught experts that jet fuel should be stored primarily in the wings, not directly beneath the passengers. Back in the early days of aviation, that was where it was stored, in the belly of the aircraft. So when Delta's Bombardier CRJ900 crash landed Monday, tipped over and skidded down the runway, its fuel-laden right wing broke off, leaving behind a massive inferno. The plane continued skidding and rolled over. Wow, that's crazy, man, crazy. In this incident, the wing breaking free kept the fire out of the passenger cabin, said Jacobson, I guess, I don't know, an aerospace engineer who has worked for Boeing and the Federal Aviation Administration. Things can break, but if it's within design requirements, then you have to see how it broke. And it did break according to design, he said. The wing might have broken off due to a maintenance or design flaw, Jakeson said. The investigation may examine those possibilities. When a wing rips off entirely due to impact, ditching potentially explosive fuel is just one benefit, McCormick said. We want to be able to separate the fuel from the passenger's compartment, and at the same time, we want to be able to ensure that the fuselage can come to rest in a stable position. The plane ended up in a stable position, a bit upside down, but everyone survived thanks to part in the brawny seats that can withstand extreme force. And then it says 16G seats are designed for safety, not necessarily comfort. Most modern commercial aircraft are required to have what's known as 16G seats, meaning they can withstand 16 times the force of gravity. You don't want the seats to either fall apart or come loose in an aircraft accident, even if it's upside down, he said. So it's not specifically designed for comfort, it's designed for durability in the case of an accident, McCormick said. And you know that if you've been in the coach for anything more than a few hours. The seats include a humble yet critical safety feature, life-saving seat belts. In this case, without the seat belts, passengers surely would have been thrown around and would have sustained a lot more injuries. That was an important factor in this. And if this crash had occurred a few decades ago, the outcome might have been more grim, CNN aviation analyst Peter Goles said. What's changed is that all the commercial aircraft have seats that are locked in place on the tracks as part of the fuselage that can withstand up to 16 Gs of impact, said Goles, a former manager director of National Safety Board. That means that in a crash landing like this, if you're strapped in correctly, you're going to survive the impact and have a chance to escape, he said. And when you combine that with advances in fire retardant material, you really have a good chance to make it if you follow directions. That's why you're supposed to listen to them when you get on a plane and they describe how to use your seatbelt buckle. While high-tech engineering likely helps save lives, you cannot give enough credit to the cabin crew for the safe evacuation of that aircraft. The two flight attendants on this flight had never landed a plane upside down, said Nora Nielsen, international president of the Association of Flight Attendants. Okay, I'm not going to add a comment to that one. But the duo had trained for many scenarios, including evacuating passengers within 90 seconds. And I heard that's true too. If you can get the damn passengers to listen to what you're saying. Despite dozens of passengers being strapped in their seats and dangling upside down like bats, the crew managed to evacuate the entire plane in less than 90 seconds. The flight attendants performed their jobs perfectly. They were heroic, Nielsen said. Hopefully, this will make the public more aware and more grateful for the men and women who serve as flight attendants, McCormick said. They are responsible for more than picking up trash and serving sodas. They're trained professionals responsible for the safety of the passengers, and they do their job phenomenal job. Spit it out. And then it says this story's been updated. So, but anyway, if anybody caught that news yesterday, I was like, wow. So, even in that, they didn't explain if it was crosswinds or what they hit to, I don't know. I'm sure I could find another article that says, what caused this. But to literally have a plane flip upside down and going down the runway, I think I'd say toilet paper. Oh boy, man, there's I feel for those people. Some people they're going to need some therapy. Talk about having some fucking nightmares. But anyway, I wanted to share that article. Like I said, that happened yesterday. But there's a lot of accidents happening in the air with airplanes and ships. It's I don't know. It's just weird. Maybe it's because we get more news faster today than we did back in the day. But that's crazy, crazy world out there. This is Wolf Fang. Have a great Tuesday evening. Blessed be. Stay safe. And I'll bullshit with y'all later. Bye.